Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Humankind. So there was a patch that just was put out, I think today, might have been put out yesterday. I don't know what all changed because I haven't looked at the patch notes, but I can tell you one thing that has changed here is the top map. So you can see that all of our territories that are just, outposts now have lines on the map to mark that they are, under our control right now. And just makes it look a lot better. You kind of can, more easily tell who owns an outpost and, where your empire stretches. So I like this a lot better. I'm sure we'll see a lot of other changes. Again, I'm not entirely sure what all those are, but if you notice anything that's different, it's probably something that was changed in the patch. I'm hoping that the patch has fixed some of the bugs, because I've ran into several major bugs in the game. Now, overall, this is an incredibly stable launch version, especially when you consider the genre, the strategy genre. Often the launch versions of the games in this field are often not very stable at launch, especially when you look at like Paradox games. But I haven't experienced a single crash. There are those few bugs that I've noticed, but again, some of them are kind of major, so hopefully they've been fixed. We'll have to see as we play. Yeah, let's go and end our turn. Looks like got another population there in that outpost. We just finished constructing, I think that was a food building here. So I'll have to get something else constructing there. And yes, we already know about all that. And also we are able to get our first tenet for our religion. So you might have seen the meter slowly filling up here as we play for our religion. And this is based off your followers. We need to get 25 total followers, which we have, I don't know how many here of our current city are following our religion, but then you got these here. And so there's a mixture of our cities and our outposts that probably got us that 25. You can kind of see this way. So we actually have 18 in that city. Okay, this city doesn't have really any. So we got 2 over here. But yeah, this kind of shows you where we're getting that 25 from by looking at this map mode. And you can see that our allies, she has spread her religion far and wide. She must really be focusing on religion. So once you get that, you can then add a tenet, and there's different rankings here. There's a total of 4 levels, and so with your first one, you have to get something from level 1, and you can only have, each one can only be selected once. So we don't have very many choices because other civilizations have got here first, and so that only leaves us these 3 choices. You can see that some civilizations have already gotten their second tenet because that's how much more they've been focusing on religion compared to us. So once we get another one, we'll pick something from here if there's anything available, and then we'll get to pick something from here. Oh wow, they've already got one in here as well. And then you'll have a final one here. These are the final tenets. So yeah, let's go and get one selected just based on what we've got here. So we got the shelter, the true oracles, which we haven't named our religion. You can't always change the name of the religion. It's just Egyptian shamanism as of right now. So we can get this one here, which will give us 1+ influence on mountains. And all of them will give us an extra holy site that we'll be able to build, since you are limited to how many holy sites you can get. So this will give us 1+ influence on any mountains, smite unbelievers, plus 25 experience on creating units on all cities, and -1 unit upkeep on units. That would be pretty helpful actually. Or we say abstain from intoxicants, which would give us 2+ industry on forest and woodlands. While getting the influence for the mountains would be helpful, I don't know how many mountains we actually have in our territory we would get that benefit from. I guess we're exploiting this one here, and that's it for this location. So that's, yeah, I think that's it. So that's 1 influence. And then over here, I know we're exploiting several locations. Okay, it's 2 total. So that would get us another 2. So that's 3 influence total per turn that would be getting from that tenet. Of course, that would obviously get more, higher and higher as we got more mountains in our territory. And while influence is incredibly important, I really like this one, and you can also think of it as you're earning gold from this because you're paying less unit upkeep, which is only 1 gold per unit. That could really add up, especially when you got a ton of units like we do. And that 25 experience would also be quite helpful. So I think that's what we're going to go for in this case, because this has been such a warfare heavy campaign. So let's go and choose this tenet. All right, excellent. So now you can see over here what we've gotten. So shamanism is giving us 1+ faith for population, and then we got the smite unbelievers. And you can see the tier of everybody over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and... oh, what's this? Oh, okay, so it's just letting us know that we picked a tenet. So let's go ahead and get something selected here in Cairo. Could build another stone ring for increased stability. It's a nice 20 plus stability. We don't have one over here, so I assume that's where we're going to want to build this. Get the stability up on Thieves. I don't know how many more we can build. I assume this is the only one we're going to be able to build. So we'll build it over there in Thebes. We'll just get something else here, which we did get the reservoirs, 2 plus food on the rivers. So we're getting a lot more food now, and we're going to grow here in 2 turns. We could go for something for stability, like getting the aqueduct here, but I think we're good enough now to, we could get another district if we wanted to, or we could get, you know, one of these infrastructure buildings like the 1 plus science per population, which I think is the one that's going to be most useful for us, because that's going to give us 18 plus science, so that's not a small number here in the early game, so that's what we're going to get. Let's go and grab that. It's going to take 3 turns to get that finished constructing. These guys are healing up, and I'm not entirely sure what else to do with them, because I want to keep them over here just in case the Huns decide to invade. We still need to get this as an outpost. This is not an outpost yet, but we were saving up to add this to Cairo, and we're going to keep saving up for that, because we'll get that in 1 more turn. And then the next thing we'll get is an outpost right there. We got to try and do that before somebody else gets it. I mean, we can go ahead and scout out over here just to see, make sure that there's no, you know, Hunnic units over here. But yeah, I don't think there is. And we'll likely just keep that unit there. And then over here, they have gone into our territory, so we are going to attack them. They'll probably just retreat. Yeah, I assume they'll just retreat here. But yeah, we'll attack them anyway. So let's figure out, just in case they do decide to stand and fight, which direction we want to attack them from. Is this going to change anything at all? A little bit. Yeah, it's going to change things a little bit, but not much. Mainly looking at where they'll be able to deploy their units. I don't think there's any change here. We'll go from up here, though. Again, they'll probably just retreat because they're so much stronger, but maybe not. Looks like they're going to stick. Nope, they retreated. So I'll give them another demand here. And we'll try and chase them down, but yeah, they're going pretty far at this point. We do have another army here that might be able to reach them. I don't know. Let's go up here and see if we can't attack them, as they wouldn't be able to retreat this time. Now, okay, I was going to say we would not be as strong in battle this time, but we would have them in the battle. You'll notice that the battlefields will increase in size as you move through the ages. They increase in size. And so the battlefield's going to get absolutely massive towards the final stages. You get this huge battles. It's just really fun. I really like the late game combat. I mean, the combat's really fun in this game, period. Yeah, the late game combat is particularly entertaining. So we could continue chasing after them. I don't know where they're going. The only thing they could do is destroy an outpost. Like, there's really not anything else for them to do. Let's go and attach Sika to Cairo. The next attachment, if we wanted to do that, would now get really expensive, 702. Yeah, quite expensive. Now it's going to be cheaper to get a new city, which is 510. So that'll be the next thing we do with our influence outside of setting up the outpost here, because that needs to be done as well. I don't know how much that's going to cost. We can take a look real quick. All right, well, that's 100 influence for an outpost somewhere. That doesn't tell us where. I assume this one might be a little bit more expensive. I guess we'll see. But yeah, we've added this here to Cairo, giving them more areas that they can work. So it's increasing their food, their industry, maybe their money, the money a little bit, and the science too. All right, awesome. So I guess we'll keep chasing these guys down, though I don't know that we want to engage them here. They are more powerful than us. Oh, actually, you know what? We're the same strength. So you know what? We're gonna attack them then, and just hope we can win this. What do they have? I'm surprised. They have the Assyrian Raiders, and then they have the Warriors. Now remember, we got the Scouts here. Yeah, I'm surprised that we have a similar combat strength here. Okay, yeah, considering the fact that we got 2 Scouts. I don't know if we can get these guys into the battle. Let's take a look. They'd have to move over to right there, I think. And I don't think they're going to make it. No. We'll try. And I know that they're not going to be able to go into the battle. Yeah, they're going to be just outside of it. Is there any other units that are sitting around? Because I don't really like having such even odds here. I mean, it's exactly even, and these scouts are just garbage. I mean, they might have... Yeah, they have 14 combat strength now. So they have higher than they did because of, you know, some of the things we got and some of the modifiers. Yeah, I'm not sure that we would be able to win this. Now, neither of us have range units, so the forest here wouldn't affect it that much. The overall battle, there's no high grounds either. Let me just see if we'll be able to deploy anywhere. Yeah, we wouldn't have any high grounds. While they could technically come over to these high grounds here. Is there any way to attack from any other location? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I really don't like the how even this is. This could go either way, guys. Now we get to attack first, but yeah, with us not having range units, that's pretty irrelevant. Yeah, I don't know how we do on this attack. Now, we do have the hoplites that would do good against their cav. I'm going to try it out, guys. Whatever. Let's do this thing. They're going to just keep on running from us. So let's try it. You know, if we lose, we lose. At least it's not part of this war here, so the change in war support won't be that big of a deal. But yeah, I really couldn't tell you how we're going to do in this battle, honestly. As we're certainly in more even odds. And I don't really want them engaging with our scouts here if we can avoid it. I'd rather have them come in. Although, you know, if we lost the scouts, I guess that'd be fine. Alright, so let's see how we want to do this. Clearly these guys should be switched out. Maybe have this scout switched out as well. And I guess you could have them here to keep them from going back this way. Yeah, since they don't have range units, it might be best to let them attack us on some hills, if that's at all possible. We have these guys retreat here. You could just have them all retreat back and then force them to attack us on the hills. I think that might be what we're going to do, in fact. Now, they could just stay on the defense, in which case we just lose the battle. That would not be desirable. But I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to retreat on these dudes. Make them fight us in these two areas here. On the hills. There's no real way for them to get behind us here. Here they could potentially get behind us. Right there. I don't know if that's... Yeah, they can go up that way, I think. So this one's going to be a little bit more vulnerable. Yeah, quite a bit more vulnerable, in fact. So what we're going to do is put the two good units over there, although I really don't know which way they're going to go. But here, there's only one way to attack. Only one unit can attack at a time. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put the two scouts over here. And then we're going to put these guys over here. Right. And then we won't attack the first turn. Instead, we'll retreat. Let's go and enter deployment. And then, yeah, we'll retreat and just hope that they attack us. If not, we'll be in a bad position if they decide to not attack. So yeah, let's go and retreat all these guys. Oh, he's not going to be able to make it. Okay, so he'll be attacked here where he'll be pretty weak. Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, that's not quite how I wanted that to go, but here's what it is. It's now their turn. We'll see what they do. They did push forward, but they didn't attack. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, this guy might attack. Maybe not. So they are in position to attack, and at the very least we can attack them. We can run downhill, which we will do. I think this guy for now is going to go up here. What we can always do is try and swoop around and grab that. If this unit moves, one of these scouts can run over here and grab the flag. Because I think he should be pretty close to being able to reach that. So let's go ahead and set this guy up to defend. Now there's been some confusion with this defend button for everybody. Because, so for me, I tried to remember to hit the defend button when possible because I wasn't exactly sure how it worked. Whether you had to push the button or not. Because there's confusion with it because there's another feature called Dig In, which is unlocked a little bit later in the game. And basically, if your units don't move or attack that turn, then they'll automatically dig in and get a defensive bonus. Now with this one, I don't really know if you have to press the button to get the defend bonus or not. I try to remember to, but I'll often forget. Either way though, it's not a huge bonus. It's like 2+ combat strength, and so it's not significant. So I'm not sure if you have to press the button or not. You would assume it would work like the dig in one, where you don't have to press it to get the bonus. If you just don't move or whatever, then you should be fine. Let's go and attack downhill. It's best to stay on the defense, but you know, obviously we will never get this battle finished if we just stay up here defensively. We're going to use our best unit first, and then we'll attack with these guys, the swordsmen. And those warriors are going to be pretty weak now. In fact, they're dead. Okay, so we're able to kill one unit here. We only have one round left. And so if they don't attack here, which they don't appear to be doing, they're going to attack the scouts. Okay. Now the weakest units. That'll stop us from sprinting over there. So that's unfortunate. Okay. Do we want to attack downhill? I don't know that we have enough combat strength to really warrant doing that. I think we might end up doing it any damn way, though. I guess we'll just stay on the defense. And yeah, there's no way to get behind him. Can't even attack because of the cliff here, so we can't even attack him. Alright, let's see who we want to attack. I assume we want to take out the horse unit, because this is the hoplites, so they're going to do really well against him, and this could let us destroy that horse unit as well. And yeah, I can't get behind him until he's dead. So I have to see what they do here on this turn. So they are attacking the scouts there. And this guy's going to attack. No, he's not going to attack. He's just going to stay down here. Okay, so we were unable to finish this turn, unfortunately. Or finish this battle this turn. That does mean you can bring these troops in. But yeah, we're very much winning now. Staying on the defense seemed to have worked out well for us. Okay, so we're going to continue moving over here again just to see if there's, you know, any units. I highly doubt it, but although there's really no way to easily see behind these. I guess maybe if you went up here. Yeah, even that doesn't really let you see over here. Alright, we'll just walk over here for now. And these guys are all healing up this whole time. And these guys are still healing too, so we'll keep him where he's at. Alright, so 2 more turns for Cairo to finish their construction up. They also got another population, getting up to 19 population, or 20. They have 20 now. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and... Are these guys done healing? They are. Let's go ahead and then see. Yeah, we still can't see much cost. Maybe 100 here. Yeah, it might just be 100 here. So we'll just stand up here with the assumption we'd probably set it up. You know, I'm not entirely sure where I'll set it up. Maybe somewhere around here. We'll just have to wait. So let's just skip his turn until we get the influence. We're at 59 right now. We're earning 50 per turn as well. One thing to consider is that they could end up flipping over to the enemy. So, you know, we'll just go ahead and set ourselves up on this hill here. Just taking a look at what the war support is. Remember, they'll be going down much quicker than we will. We're losing 2 per turn while they're losing 4 because of the fact they lost the city. Now, the equilibrium doesn't matter. Remember, they're getting a bonus, so their equilibrium is at 80 while ours is at 50, the standard one. That doesn't matter at war. That only plays in effect when you're in peacetime. We'll start moving towards the equilibrium. So yeah, we're only losing 2 per turn. They're losing 4. That would result in us eventually winning the war, but that takes a long time. 76 divided by 4. So you're looking at 19 turns. 19 turns before we'll be able to defeat him if we don't battle him anymore. So that's one reason why I was considering going ahead and invading him here. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens, guys. It looks like that might be... I was going to say that's his only thing left. But I'm seeing some red right here. I don't know if that's definitely not part of this. So he does have more stuff over there. Alright. So let's go ahead and do this battle. Let's go ahead and finish it up. So they're going to continue attacking the scouts here. I think what we'll do is go ahead and finish up this. We could send these guys in to help, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Let's send them north. Because you can see that we're already going to win this. Just this turn here with the units that we currently have. We'll have this finished up. And I think we'll just let them attack us again before we retreat, although I don't know. Yeah, he'll be able to retreat out of here. So yeah, we'll just retreat him there, and then after 1 turn, and then move this guy over here. So we'll let them attack one more time. So let's go ahead and set, just tell these guys to just defend here. So they'll march up the hill. Hopefully they don't do too much damage. Yeah, they did pretty good overall. This guy, I assume, is just gonna stay still. Yeah. So let's go to move him out of here. Although, you know what, we should have moved right there so we could have got the combat bonus from having a unit close to him. even with his damage, we still aren't going to win here. We lost the combat strength since I don't have this unit. I guess there would have been no way to switch these two, huh? Alright, so let's have him march downhill to attack that unit so that this guy can go after the cab unit. Could just go straight after the flag and grab it, but why not just kill the horse guy instead? Get him some experience. And there we go. So I guess it didn't really matter what happened with these two units since we just won the battle. Alright, excellent. So that will allow this unit free to move up north. We don't have to protect against those guys anymore. And so what we'll want to do is, I mean, we got to find somebody to battle. This will be taken by the time we get over here. There's a unit up there, a scout. I'd just love to find a way to tick down their war support so we can end this conflict sooner.
Form that is codified and searchable.
Oh shoot, yeah, the Osmosis Events.
To all. This is no small gift.
We'll take a look at that in a minute. I did forget to look at that. I'll tell you what, I kind of fear those a little bit because of the negative ones. I mean, they can be pretty bad when they fire over and over again. So let's see what we want to get next first, though, and then we'll talk about the Osmosis Events. So we got foreign outposts, because I think we just got, I'm not entirely sure what we just researched. I guess we'll take a look at this Osmosis Event here in Thebes. So the Osmosis Events are basically from having influence, from other cultures in a city. So it says, your civilization benefits from its proximity to others. And there's two different flavors of these. There's the negative events, and then there's the positive ones. And which one you get is based off of how closely aligned you are to the ideology of the country that's influencing you. So I'm assuming it's the Persians here influencing us. As you can see, our ideological proximity is tolerance. There's the distrust and the kinship, just based on how closely aligned you are here in your society and your ideology. So if you get the positive event, which this might be what we end up getting. Okay, no, this is the negative event. So the positive event will get you some research bonus, and this is what I was afraid of. Everybody was like, oh, click on the Osmosis event, and I was afraid it was going to be a negative one because, we're not closely aligned to them. So basically, because of the fact that we're not closely aligned to whoever's influencing us, which again, I assume it's them, instead we get a negative event, which, it can be negative. It can be positive depending on which route you go if you like what this is. Which I did forget about this. We were supposed to enact this as soon as we had the influence for it. And so the negative events basically give you the choice to adopt one of their civics. So whichever civic you don't have filled out. Actually, you can have the civic already chosen, and I think it can switch you over to a different civic. And so you're given the choice to enact a civic that they currently have. So in this case, monoculturism. So we can enact that, and it's free. You will not have to spend, and it is the Persians, by the way. We can hover over that and see. We will not have to spend any influence to enact this. Now, given it's the first one, so it's only 8 influence, so it's not saving us much. But later in the game, this could be saving you hundreds or even thousands of influence. And so it could be a good thing if you want that one. But if you don't want it, say we wanted to go for multiculturalism, and then we refuse, then we get this very nasty modifier here. Defy this foreign interference at a stability cost. And Thebes is going to become defiant for 10 turns, losing 50 stability, which is almost ensuring, with where our stability is currently at in the city, is essentially ensuring at least 1 rebellion, if not 2, where the population is going to go out and we're going to have to go fight them. So it's a very negative thing if you don't want to go with it. It's a real bummer because I don't want to go for that one. Based on your guys' comments, it seemed more people supported getting the influence here than the stability. We had several people saying we should go this route, while we only had one person saying that we should go with this route here. And now I almost feel like we're forced to pick that one because I don't really want to lose that massive stability. Now we can always change them. You can change them later on. I feel like we're gonna have to do it just because I don't want to get the stability hit, guys. And this is why these things are often negative here. We could try and ignore it. I don't know if it'll let me. I think it'll force me to try and pick something there. Now the positive ones, I think you can ignore them, which is kind of messed up. Yeah, it's forcing you to handle it. It's kind of messed up that you can ignore the positive ones, but the negative ones you can't. You can't ignore them, so you can completely miss the positive ones. So yeah, I think we're going to have to enact it, guys. It's only saving 16 influence, but, you know, it's going to get us the stability. That's 51%. Here, this one's dropping down to 1%. What the hell? Why is it dropping so heavy? We did just add another territory, but that would only drop it by 20. I'm not entirely sure why it's dropping so heavily. That might not be right. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense why it would drop so much. But we do need the stability, guys, so we'll just go with this, even though I was going to do the other route. We'll have to go with the monoculturism for now. We can always change it in the future, I suppose, when we're like swimming in influence. So yeah, let's go and enact that. That means that when we look at civics, we are now supporting monoculturism. I don't know that it moved us here, though, since we're not the one who picked it. So yeah, it didn't move us towards the homeland, which was one of the benefits here, as I was trying to move closer to homeland here. But I don't think it did because we did it through that direction. But we're still getting that stability, so that's helpful. That'll put thieves, they're going up to 61%, and now they're going to have 16%, so we're getting 10% from that. Yeah, that's overall not a good thing that we're dropping so high. I'm not sure what's going on there. Adding the territory would only do 20. So I don't know how we got hit so hard. It might be wrong, though. I've seen it wrong before. Here's a scout rider that we might be able to get engaged if she doesn't engage him. And just getting a retreat there could tick it down by 5, which would save us one turn. So these guys can now upgrade to horsemen. The scouts can now all upgrade to horsemen. But that's right, we got, I think that's the tech we got, was the one that gives us horsemen. So let me just take a look here. Yeah, mounted warfare got us the increase in ransack gains, and then we can do the parades, and then we got the horsemen. So now we can upgrade all of those scouts to horsemen as soon as we have the money for it. The next thing we're going to go and get, I mean, we need to get that line of things, but I think we're going to do the siege tactics so we can carry one more unit. Let me see what other options would be available here. We still have other means for increasing stability right now, so we don't have to get that just yet. The foreign outpost. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that one. We're going to do siege tactics. We'll be able to have one more unit. And, oops. Okay, I'm not sure what that notification's about. Maybe that, I don't think we got the positive event. So these guys need a heal. We can't spend the money to make them into horsemen. Might want to do that with this guy instead, since he's more on the front line. Although we actually have the money to do it with 2 units. But do we have the money per turn to support that? How much is this going up? Their total cost right now. Let's just take a look. So they're getting 15 combat strength, 26. That's a huge jump. The jump in money, though, and their cost per turn. So these guys are costing us no, they're costing us nothing. Yeah, they're costing us nothing because of the, you know, that bonus we just got for our religion. And so they were costing 1 before, and so now scouts are free. Like the hoplites used to be 8, and now they're 7. How much did the horseman cost? It's not telling us here. So we'll have to actually click on a horseman and just take a look, see how much he's costing. He's 7, so he's 8 before. And so essentially 7 more gold per turn for every single one of these that we upgrade. We'll do one more. We got the money to support it. And then these guys here are probably just going to kick back and chill out. So can they claim this territory? It's 150 here to claim this. Okay. It's 100 somewhere else. So there's an area somewhere that it costs 100 influence. So yeah, we'll just have to skip our turn till next turn when we'll have enough influence. These guys here need to heal. We'll keep them down here for defending, though. And then Cairo has finished up the construction here, which they very clearly have to get something for stability. So I think we'll go ahead and go after the aqueduct. Yeah, let's go and grab that. All right, so let's end our turn.
Research quarters dedicated to science.
And somebody just reached a new age here. Can't see anything because this is blocking us here. So they just reached the classical era, and they kept their traditions. It seems like when civilizations reach really late in a stage, they'll often do that. Whoa, what? War with the Zhao? What are you talking about? Your population war support in the war against the Zhao was 24.
Wondering if you're a partner or an impediment.
Okay, yeah, that's clearly a bug, because we're not at war with the Zhao. It's that our war support our equilibrium is probably really low because we're in alliance. And so it's just ticking down. But yeah, that's really not what that notification should say. That's kind of confusing. So that's a bug that needs to be fixed. We can try and attack him over there. We'll march into his territory, into her territory, her occupied territory, I should say. She wants us to attack right there. You know, and I'll do it if she's not going to. We need to get more war support. So yeah, we'll go and start invading over there. We at least have some troops here to defend this territory. And we can now set up the outpost here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're not getting a notification for the best location, unfortunately. So we're just gonna have to like go through it and see. So this we're getting 16, that's 18, so it's clearly better. 19, another 18. There's a 20. Yeah, there's a 20 right there. Got 13. Oh, shoot. No. No! Don't do it, dog. Jesus Christ. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to move the map. That's always the risk, though. That would not be the first time that I've done that in this series. I accidentally clicked on something because I was trying to move the map. I should be using, like, WASD keys. Oh, they sped that up. Oh, nice. This was a huge complaint I had. With the WASD keys, it was useless because you moved like a crawl. Even when you had the settings at the highest for the scroll, it was like a crawl. It was so slow. So the only way to really move the map effectively was to click on it with the left mouse button and move around. But now you can actually move with WASD in a reasonable scroll speed here. So I might start using that more often. Yeah, that's decent. Anyways, let's figure out where we want to go. And we can start doing that when we're doing placing things so that I stop accidentally clicking on things. It does seem like that location is probably best as far as production goes. You're getting that 19. It's a decent defensive location as well. It's not the best. Up here would probably be better. You're not going to get as much food. I mean, it's not a huge difference, actually. Yeah, you're just giving it one production. Or, excuse me, you're gaining one production for one food. And just look at other locations, though. Possibilities here. Yeah, I kind of feel like putting up there would be the wisest. Yeah, the wisest place. So I think that's what we'll do. And could do here for a little extra production initially. And you're getting, oh, okay. Yeah, you're getting more food there. You know what? We'll put it right there. And that's even better defensive location than that one is. Or that one, for that matter. So yeah, we'll do it right here. That'll work out. Alright, so that'll be built in 2 turns. This unit here, again, we're just going to have them protect this location against them entering our territory. And we'll just have them station themselves right there. These guys are just going to go and skip their turn. We do have the money for improving a unit, so I think we'll go ahead and do that. Let's see who we have that might need to be improved. We've already done the scout there, so I guess it's these scout right here. Oh, we don't have it. It's 180. Okay, I was thinking it's 150. Thebes has finished up the construction of their unique district here, so that's going to help us get us more influence. Also more science, which is always nice. And I think we're going to do the stone rings for the increase in stability and faith. As for where we're going to build the stone rings, probably kind of far away, I think, from this location here. We'll build it in this this territory. Where does this territory end? Let's just take a look. Okay, it goes here. I think we might put it up on here. Kind of like the idea of having it up on the hill here, up on the cliff. Yeah, I think we might end up putting it right there. Could also put it over here somewhere. But yeah, I like it right here. Ooh, 11 turns to build that. That's not gonna be quick at all. Is there anything we could do to kind of step up production first? I guess we could move some of the, like move one of these guys over here. They're still gonna grow in a reasonable amount of time. And that's gonna cut off a turn. I wonder if any of these production buildings would be worth getting. Let's step up production a little bit, not much. This one here, No, not going to help that much either. This one would help quite a bit. Yeah, let's step it up a little bit, but yeah, still 4 turns. So we'll just build what we're building, get that constructed. And we are losing population because they don't have enough food. That isn't an outpost, so there's nothing to be done about it. They forgave that grievance. And the Zao have ended their war with the Aztecs. Okay, so they're not the Huns anymore. They're the Aztecs. Okay, interesting. So with that done, that will now give us...
A sight for sore eyes.
Okay, so the Zao are at peace with your enemy, the Aztecs. Oh, we can demand that she declares war. We're not going to do that. We're going to just renounce.
I don't hold grudges.
Of course, this is our ally. She is protective of us. You seem in need of a benefactor to save you from a hostile world. They're here to help. Maybe because they're considered more powerful than us. Yeah, I would assume that's the case. As far as like fame goes, we're very closely ranked. She does have enough stars to get into the next era, while we do not. Yeah, there's probably not going to be a lot of choices left. Unfortunately, we are moving really slow because like everything that you get stars with, is typically affected negatively when you're at war. Obviously you get the more stars for the militarist, but we've already gotten all the stars we can get there. But everything else is slower. I guess technology isn't that much slower. But money, that you're not able to build things that would earn you more money. Same thing with the influence. So you're not really getting it there. Your population, that's not too much affected because that counts your units, I suppose. But if you're losing cities and all the population there is being destroyed, then you're losing that. You're not building districts as much or whatever. So not getting as many territories because you're using influence for other things, or having to regain territory because you keep losing it. And so that all just kind of slows you down. So their capital, Babylon, was not taken by her. So that'll allow us to attack it. And I guess that's what we're going to do. I don't know how well we would do here. We'd want to attack from... Just see which way we want to attack from. We want to have some real high ground and not on the river. So I think we'll probably want to come up from this direction. Can't really take a look at the perspective there. And you wouldn't be able to attack this way anyway because of the cliff, so you'd have to go up around here. This is a decent defensive position he's in, actually. This is pretty solid. Okay. I mean, this is fine. It's just you have the river penalty here. You'll have the height, but you have the river penalty, and they can also sweep up around you. I guess if you attacked from this direction, would it be any better? Not particularly. Yeah, not really. I mean, I guess you don't have the river, so that helps. So they could attack from that direction, but then you could be facing attacks from over here as well. It might be better to just go after that city and skip Babylon for right now. Just because this is going to be a tougher siege overall. Well, this one will likely be much, much easier. Yeah, that'll be a much easier siege. You can just look at the defenses, 50 here compared to 15. So let's just go here for now. We're not going to attack the city yet. And I don't know if that's the best location to attack from. We might need to send more units over there. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see. We don't really have a lot of units sitting around anywhere, with the exception of these guys, which we always have to defend against her. She's always a threat. We can go and upgrade this scout to horseman, so we'll do that. And I guess we don't need 4 units over here. So I think what we're going to do is send some units up north. Is help in this war. I think that's the best way to go about doing it. So we'll just keep like 2 units over here, and hopefully that'll be enough. We have upgraded the horsemen, so they're better. And what we'll do is we'll leave a hoplite over here and just use the swordsman and the horsemen. And so these guys will start moving up north, kind of help us out. I guess it's more like northwest. And then they'll probably collect one of these guys, the hoplite. So it'll be like a 3-unit army to come help. And they could help with the siege of Babylon, I guess. We had like 2 units there, we'd do a lot better. And then with this horseman here, see where we want to put them. Our borders are pretty secure with the exception over here. So I guess that's the direction that we should move them. There's no more outposts to seize either. We've got all of them around our area that we know about anyways. So yeah, this unit here would probably move to reinforce that guy, since there's not really any reinforcements anywhere near. These guys are pretty far. This is multiple turns. Yeah, that's like 4 turns for them to come help them if they get into a situation. Like if she decides to move into our territory again. And these guys here just have to stick around here until we finish this war up because, you know, I think the Aztecs could very easily end up annexing them if they have the influence. And then we'll be able to grab that city real quick. We could also just attack them, I suppose. So we're not just sitting around not doing anything. Yeah, I guess that would be an option. We could attack these peaceful peoples over here. We won't be able to annex them, so you already know you can't do that. So you could just instead attack them, and nobody else has influence over here. So yeah, I suppose you could do that.
Keep together.
Oh, they do have a lot of units though. Yeah, they got quite a few units. We're at 60 for each of these with the 66 here, so that's 126 compared to our 112. And I don't know how many defenders they'll have here. Probably not many. But yeah, this would be a tougher battle. Yeah, we'd likely, I don't really know how we'd do. Interesting that they're not bringing in all their defenders here. I'm not entirely sure why they're not reinforcing. But yeah, I guess we'll attack them. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Let's see if there's any other units to move first, though. Because we have one idle city. They did finish up the aqueduct construction, and yeah, they are still losing stability. So we're gonna have to get something to boost that. And the only way to really do that at this point is to get garrisons. So that's what we're gonna go to get. Now the garrisons, the main thing they do is give you stability. However, they do extend your walls. Like they have walls around them, and the size of the walls is based on the walls that you have here in your city. And so it's a way to lock down areas where the enemy can't move through that area without attacking, doing the siege. And so they can be pretty useful for defensive purposes. And so that's what we want to do right now is figure out where we want to build this defensively. Really, we don't really have to worry about anybody attacking us, honestly. Here in our center now, we're in a pretty good position. We already know we want to use all this territory here. So this is the way up from here. This is the only way up. Yeah. So this is the only way up to get onto this area. To get over here, this is the only way to get over here to enter this area. And as I said, we were going to try and lock this down so that you can't have like somebody land right. I guess they can still land here. But yeah, we're going to try and lock this area down so they can't get up to our important areas, do a siege here without having to attack right here. So yeah, we'll do this here. This locks this area down. And I mean, really what you're doing it for is for the stability. Now it's only given +5 right now. That goes up by a lot more, guys. So it's definitely helpful to get those. +5 isn't going to help much, but a bit later that'll be far more useful. So yeah, we'll go and do the attack here. They might just retreat because we outnumber them so much. So let's go and do the manual battle. I'm surprised they do have reinforcements. Huh. And so that's why our side is considered weaker. Okay, well we're going to do the manual battle anyways. This is definitely one we're going to want to do a manual battle for because we are outnumbered. What units do they have? Do they have range units? They do not. They have the regular chariots here, which are pretty good. And then they have their warriors. And so what we'll want to do is get an archer up here. That's not who I wanted. I wanted the archer up there. And we just want to put them in a position where they can't attack the archers, but I don't know if there's any way for us to do that. So we're going to want the hoplites next to each other right here, up on the hill. We'll have to retreat them, essentially. Yeah, we'll have to retreat them up to here. So the best place to put them would be right here. Could put them here, but they'll just go through here and attack us, so obviously this would be a better location. So let's go ahead and enter deployments. Oh, they're right next to us. We might not be able to retreat. Yeah, we can still retreat. Okay. So what we want to do is shoot at somebody who's not in the forest, since you just don't do as much damage against those in the forest. So we'll go ahead and shoot at him. And then move back. And then they can still come up around here and attack us. And I assume that's what they're going to end up doing here. We do a lot of damage against that unit there. You can't reach him, so this is really the only choice here. So hopefully we do. It was alright. So they may come around here, but they're going to be weaker. So let's go and set them up to defend, and then we're going to want to set both of these guys up to defend as well. Let them attack us on the hills. You know, with heavy cav on hoplites, we're going to get the win there. And if they focus on one unit, then we could be in trouble here, which is what they're doing. Yeah, they're hitting us hard. Every single unit. But this guy, he's fighting it out. But he's getting weaker and weaker. It looks like that one guy killed them all? Is that what happened? It seems like all their units attacked the one unit on the hill and he killed them all. Look at that. Wow, guys. Look at how experienced he is now. He's level 3 veterancy. He's got the 3 stars, increasing his combat strength by 3. So his total combat strength is now 30. And it's so low because he's injured. So it'll actually be higher. He'll have a total of 32 combat strength once he heals back up. Wow, this guy's a goddamn hero. He destroyed that entire army by himself, with the exception of, you know, a little bit of help from the archers in the beginning. That was incredible. You know what? I feel like this is deserving of a name, guys. Since it was one unit fighting off a horde of units, I feel like you gotta name them Spartans, right? So he's our Spartans. And, yeah. I like that, man. He did well. I'm impressed. I thought he was gonna die. I thought he might have survived with like a little bit of health, but I didn't think he was destroying those units. I guess was the thing. I didn't think they were completely dying, but he had such good combat strength against them, especially those cavalry units, that they were just being completely wiped out. Very impressed, guys. And yeah, this is something that happens whenever you take cities. The stability is always very, very low, so you start having rebellions, and they can. Now that he's at 30% here, he can start. Well, actually, it's got to be lower than 30%. But you'll see some of the population go out as units, and we'll have to destroy them, which is another reason why we really need to get this done with. Over here, we're still attempting to move forward, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to be sending them more units still. So let's go ahead and get those guys moving over here. And then we'll send them the hoplites as well. So this will be 3 total units. Not a bad army here. They don't have any range units, unfortunately. Alright, so these guys they could attack here. We have better strength. They have a whole nother army over here of archers. Oh, wow. They could do pretty well, actually, because they'll be behind the walls. We're going to definitely need to heal up no matter what. We have to heal up here. Alright, so let's let that unit heal up. And we have an event, a man of ambition. The exploits of the phalanx are celebrated across the empire with tales of their famous victories sought after in nobles' libraries and immortalized in verse. Rumor has it that their commander is something of a charismatic orator and has ambitions for the highest political office. What should you do with him? So this is, I guess, tied to that really amazing unit over there. That's what we're going to say. So yeah, we have some repercussions because our unit did so well. So we can promote this guy, this man of ambition, moving us towards homeland. And there's a low chance of bad consequences in both of these. It's really just going to move us towards one of these here. So we can do that. Away from the armies, ambitious men can be great instruments for the empire, usually. Or we can marginalize them. We'll send them away to a dreary backwater and hope the soldiers' anger is not too great, moving us towards authority. We're going to do this one. We want to move towards the homeland for the combat bonuses, and I just think that's what we would do anyways. It's based on flavor. Okay, so we've already moved all the units. Let's go end our turn. Okay, this guy's moving over there, and it looks like we got our final star, finally. This was an agrarian star, and so that was about the population that we're at. And so we finally have 7 stars, and we'll most likely want to move to the next culture immediately here. We do have some influence. I don't know if we have enough to do anything. We'll have to take a look at what our options are with that bit of influence. So yeah, these guys can come over here and attack that city in 2 turns, or we could attack Babylon, in which case we'd be waiting, and we would be waiting for the assistance of these guys in addition to try and destroy some of the units there. It would just be easier to take this one here And if the purpose is not really to actually take the city, if it's just to take down the war support, then I think it would be better to go after that one. So I think that's what we're going to do. It's 2 turns to grab it. So let's go after it. And just try and get the war support ticked down, because I'm not really all that interested in actually owning Babylon. I think that's more fitting for her anyways. We got so much territory too that we need to integrate. So let's go and get these guys continuing to move north. And we might not actually move them any further because, you know, we're going to use them for the Siege of Babylon if we have to do that. We'll just have these guys regroup. And we now have the ability to enter a new era. I guess we could have went through there and took a look at all of our choices here. Only 2 have been taken so far. I'm wondering why that is, because there's other countries with stars that just, I suppose they're working on getting more fame. If we're to take a look at our stars here to see if there's any that we're close to getting, if it's even worth waiting, it looks like it's not. Well, you know what? 3 more turns we'll get the scientist one, the scientist star. So yeah, that would get us a 2nd star here, so that'd be a total of 8. Which I don't know how many we got in the previous ages. Yeah, we're not doing well here. We only got 7 in the ancient era, and you know, just enough to move up. And that's why our fame is so low, guys. We're looking at 7th place right now. That's not good. So we might want to wait to get the tech one. I don't think any of the other ones we'll get. Yeah, we're not going to build another 6 districts in time. Probably wouldn't have that influence in time, not in 3 turns. Definitely not getting that one, obviously. Not going to get the money one either. So yeah, that's the only one we'd be waiting on. And we get 1 more star. Just kind of tick our fame up. And it's going to be more fame than usual. Because this is what we're focusing on. Or for our civilization, that's our affinity. So that would be probably wise to get. It's 190 fame, guys. And that would boost us up to 6th place. Yeah, that boosts us up to 6th place. Still pretty far behind, though. As far as who we'd want to get and what choices we have available, we still got a lot of choices, guys. So I don't really feel as rushed. I think we will wait 3 turns. So we have the Byzantines available. I don't want to look at this until we're actually picking one. But I did want to give you guys time for feedback, because I think this would happen next turn. I wanted to give you guys a look at what they all have, so you guys can kind of make some suggestions on what you think we should go for. The Byzantines are a merchant affinity. The permanent bonus that we get is plus 5% money per alliance in all cities. The unique district here is going to grant money. More money based on horses. That's adjacent horse deposit. That counts as a market quarter. So very, money focused, as you'd expect with somebody with a merchant affinity. And then they have the Beringian Guards, which were often of Norse descent, Scandinavian descent. And they would fight for the Byzantine Empire. And they're pretty decent. Honor code prevents the army from retreating, though, so that's kind of a negative that they have here. But 43 combat strength, not bad for infantry units. The Franks are going to focus more on influence. 10% influence for crown lands. I just picked them, actually, in my current campaign. I picked the Franks here for the medieval era. And the 10% influence was very, very helpful. Yeah, that would help us out quite a bit. Their unique buildings, science focused, but it also gives them influence and faith. And then their cav unit is pretty good, but you'll notice that just how powerful this unit is with the 43 combat strength. That is very significant, guys. It's even better than the heavy cav here, the unique heavy cav. But they're pretty good. They also have the heavy charge bonus, receive a higher combat strength bonus when charging. You have the Ghanaians. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They're another merchant one. You get plus 5 money per number of access to both luxury resources and strategic resources. That's a lot of money. That's certainly more than what you're getting here. I mean, it's 5% per alliance, so we're only getting 5%, and I don't know how much money we earn right now, but that would be a lot. I don't know that'd be more than this, though. At least not early game. This would be more late game. This is going to get you a lot more money late game, while this is going to get you more here. Here in the Middle Ages, we'd have a lot more gold. And then they have the luxuries market. So yeah, more money. And then they have this unique camel unit, and he's anti-cavalry. 35 combat strength, so not as good as the Frankish unit here, but they're going to be able to beat the Frankish unit in individual combat, most likely, since they get that bonus combat strength. So this would be a decent choice if you want to focus on money. And we have the Tutans, whatever, however you pronounce that. These are basically the Germans. So, you know, they're getting this from the Teutonic Order, and thus you're going to have a very religious focused bonuses here. So you have the Teutonic Knights, and they have the same combat strength as the Franks. Both of these do require iron, by the way. That's one thing to consider, is if you're going to have the resource. Yeah, these all require 2 iron. And we can't see iron yet, so we don't even know if we're going to have access to that. Well, this unit doesn't require any resources. But yeah, these guys also require the 2 iron. And their bonus is bonus combat strength against enemies with different state religion. So basically almost against everybody, because you'll probably have a different religion as everybody. So they are actually better than the Frankish Knights. And then we have the Kaiserdom, which is going to give you a little bit extra faith, not as much as the Franks get. Maybe more influence, though, than the Franks get. Yeah, a little bit more influence. So that's per adjacent district. This is just a flat 3+ influence, so that might actually be more. This is a lot more faith heavy, while that one's research heavy. Okay. I don't think we'll go for them. We haven't really been focusing on religious stuff, so we probably won't go for them. The Teutonic Order. So this is a builder-focused affinity, which we've already done once before. Great way to get some stability. You get a +3 industry on Maker's Quarters. You know, I don't really think we'll do another builder, although I do really like their. I think I selected. I think this might have been who I selected in my first campaign, because I remember getting these elephants here. So yeah, I think this is who I was playing as. So yeah, we probably won't pick them. I've already played as them, and I don't think they'll work well for our current campaign. So I'll say no to these 2 here, guys. So far, I think it's these 3 that we're looking at. Then we have the Mongols, which a warfare-focused civilization would make sense, considering the fact that we have had so much warfare. But I think that's going to start declining a little bit. We still have to fight the Persians, of course, but I don't know that we'll go with them. You got the Mongol Horde. They have multi-move bonus. Combat strength isn't anything impressive, though. They are a nomad unit, though. Special unit that gathers food through fighting and ransacking in order to multiply. Okay, so I haven't played as them, but I think they might use the mechanic that you use in the beginning of the game, where you gain food and then you get that extra unit. I think that might be how it works. So they might not be very powerful, but they are called Horde for a reason, because I think you get a lot of them. And you would have to like use production to get them, you know, production or money to get them. So yeah, they could be useful, I suppose, for that. And this automatically upgrades regular outposts, cannot be attached to cities. They have some very different gameplay mechanics overall, playing as the Mongols. I don't know if that would be a good fit for us. Next we have, I've never been able to pronounce this. I'm not sure the pronunciation. Umayyads. It's one of the caliphates, the Umayyad, or however you pronounce it. Caliphate. I think it's the second of the 4 caliphates. Could be wrong on that. But yeah, it's one of the Muslim caliphates, and it's very science focused, which we're playing as a science focus now. I don't know if we want to do that again. We're going to get +5% science per alliance. We only have 1 alliance, so we're just getting the +5%. Still beneficial because it's on all cities. You got the Grand Mosque, which is going to give you 3+ science per number of attached territories. You're going to get some faith as well. That's all right. That's not too bad. And then you have their unique unit, which has the Enforcer ability, drains additional stability during sieges. Okay. It requires 3 horses, though. Which I don't know if we have 3 horses. We might. I think we will once we get that 1 territory down south. So yeah, I don't know that we'd go for these guys either. We're playing as a science right now, so probably wouldn't go for them. And then we have the Norsemen, which is another military focused one. Stormborn, 3+ naval movement speed on naval units. Then we got 2+ combat strength on naval units, and basically making your ships much better. We'll get a unique harbor naval district here that we can build, and it's going to give a lot of extra food. Get more money from ransacking. Yeah, it's really food focused, but it does count as a farmer's quarter and market quarter. That means I get all the bonuses from those. All right, so that would be helpful. And then you get a new ship. This is the naval transport ship, so it means that your units, when they're in the sea and being transported, they would be much better, and they ignore any penalties from deep water, which we haven't really looked at any of those mechanics because we don't have any ships. So that might not make any sense to you. Once we build ships, you'll see what that means. It's pretty useful. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad unit at all. It just makes them, I mean, just being better at combat to protect your units, which you can use your units as like regular ships. When they get in a ship, you can use them and have them attack and stuff like a regular unit. They're just not as good as regular naval units. But in this case, they're a little bit more equal to the task. So yeah, it's a pretty good unit. Overall, this is pretty good if you want to focus on, you know, the Navy. On a more maritime situation, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if we'd pick this one if it makes sense for us when we don't have a single ship. But I suppose that's a choice as well. But I think these are the three main choices here, guys. So we want to pick one of those ones. So let me know what you guys are thinking. I'll look at it as well, because it won't be this episode.
See it as a place of
Because we have to get it here and as soon as we finish this tech up.
Only your friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
But yeah, we'll do this turn here, and then maybe one more turn is what I'm thinking before we end the episode. And that'll allow us to get this attack going. So we'll go ahead and start moving over there. And these guys here, I think we'll stay here for now. How many turns does it take to get over there? 3 turns. Okay, so yeah, it would take a little while because these guys would have to finish up there and then come back. So I think we'll probably just sit up right here in our own territory for now. And then just skip our turn and we'll start moving over there maybe next turn. Well, these guys still got a movement point, so we get to actually attack now. They do have some people to defend the city. So let's see how we want to do this. Like where the best defensive position would be. I think just attacking from here would be fine. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Looks like we'd actually have to do the battle. Okay, so I guess this is how we'll be ending. We won't do another turn then. I didn't realize we'd have to do the battle. It's probably because of the size of the walls here. Might not even be enough to stop them. I don't know, from you know, us from going through here. How do we want to do this? This guy needs to move forward right here, and then we'd want these guys behind them. Can't stop them from coming up over here and attacking this unit, unfortunately. Alright, so I think that's good. Yeah, this is a good deployment here. So I was going to enter deployments, and then what we're going to want to do... Okay, so they got the first movement. That's interesting. Did we attack them? Or did they attack us? It looks like they attacked us or something. I'm not entirely sure why they got the first movement here. That's unfortunate, because yeah, they get to really weaken our archer like quite a bit. Okay, so yeah, we're defending. I'm a little surprised by that, honestly. So yeah, let's just go and shoot one of these guys. I guess we'll shoot him. And then retreat him, because yeah, he's very, very weak right now. We'll retreat him over here, and hopefully they won't be able to attack him, that he'll be far enough to not be attacked. So we'll want to move this archer as well. Move him over here, I suppose. Let's just go in and shoot at... Oh, we'll shoot at that guy. We're going to do a lot of damage to him. Yeah, quite a bit of damage to him. And then just retreat him over to here. They could end up attacking from this direction, I suppose. But I don't know what's going to be left of these guys by that point. They're not doing too well. They focused on the archers. I don't know if that was the best way for them to do that, honestly. Just going to get those guys destroyed, and then we'll defend up here. They won't be able to cross through here, actually, so we don't have to worry about them attacking the archers. They wouldn't be able to just like cross through. And so yeah, they'll have to attack uphill to much more powerful units. So this is the last turn. They'll both be destroyed. Very easy battle over here, though. We did take, you know, some losses here. We took a lot of damage, so that's important to getting the war score down. And so now we have occupied this city here. And we'll also be able to heal up since we're occupying it before we do the attack on Babylon. Just taking a look at where the war support's currently at. They're at 52, and they're going to lose another 16 next turn. So yeah, they're ticking down pretty far now. So they'll tick down 8 per turn. So overall, there's not a lot of turns left, even if we don't attack Babylon. So Cairo has finished up the construction of the garrison. That gets them up from 36% to 41%. That's not very high. That means we probably won't be able to get any districts at this moment, but we can get other buildings. Now, one thing we can do is get the City Watch, which increases stability of any garrison by +5. So that's one way to increase the garrison stability. And so that would be helpful because that'd give us an immediate 5 here. Let's see what other options we can get now, though. I kind of want to go for something for influence. Yeah, I think we're going to get that first. Could do the lumberyard for more construction. It's only 1 turn, and we'd get more industry on forest and woodland. You know, I think this would be more beneficial because of all the rivers. So you know what, we're going to get this, the watermill, 2+ industry on the river before we work on anything else. It looks like we got another battle somewhere. I'm not sure where the hell. I guess we just click on it. Oh, it's down here. Oh, okay, these guys attacked us. They attacked us with 3 archers and those reinforcements archers. They have 8 archers. Wow. And since they're attacking us, they'll be able to fire first. Yeah, this would go really, really poorly for us, I think. Yeah, they could probably destroy 2 of these units just in the initial attack. So you know what, let's go ahead and retreat. That's clearly not going to work. Kind of a bummer that we had to retreat there, but gotta keep this army alive, because yeah, I think they would destroy them. That's a stupid number of archers. Good God, I don't even know how we're gonna win down there. Yeah, that's a ridiculous number of archers. We clearly have to be the one fighting, though, because a melee unit can kill an archer in like 1 hit, so just 1 turn. And so we could likely wipe them out pretty easily on the attack. So basically, if they're attacking, where they can fire first, they're going to do really, really well. Or if they're defending behind walls, where they can fire at us and like the infantry would, well, they'd get us a slight penalty for attacking the walls. They might still be able to destroy them in 1 hit, though. So that might not have that big of an effect. But it could keep them alive, I suppose. Keep their units alive on the walls, I mean. But yeah, basically we want to be attacking them in the open and be the one to be attacking them rather than them attacking us. I think that's the only way we could get the win there. Yeah, a lot of archers. Not entirely sure why so many spawn there. But yeah, that is actually going to be the end of today's episode. So the feedback I'm hoping to see in the comments today is about which culture you think we go for, because we've got 2 more turns here. I was going to do 1 more turn, but then we had that siege that we did. I'm not sure what happened on that siege, because, you know, we had 1 more movement point left, and then we attacked them with that. So we should have been the attacker, and yet we were the defender. You know, we had the defend flag. They got to attack first, which resulted in us taking more damage than we should have taken if we had been defending. Or, excuse me, if we had been the ones attacking, because our archers would have been able to fire first. They didn't have any ranged units. So I'm not entirely sure what happened on that siege, why they were the attackers rather than the defenders, considering the fact that we attacked them. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, that took a little bit more time, so we don't have any more time to do another turn, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. We should hopefully get this war finished up. I think that should be enough time to get the war support down so we can do the peace treaty, and then we're going to be trying to seize control of this zone here and getting any of the other demands that we have with them, which I think we have a lot of financial demands. So we should be able to get a good chunk of money from that as well. As far as what we're going to be doing with the influence here, could add something to Thebes, 477, which would be cheaper than doing another city. So that would be an option. Or we can wait to get the 510 and then start a 3rd city, which probably would be better to do that first. So I think that's what we're going to do. Also, we need to use influence to grab these up. I haven't done that yet. And in fact, we probably should. Could instead do production there, especially if we're going to make this into a city. We could also keep this city once we take it and then add that here. That'd always be an option, I suppose. But yeah, we could go ahead and use the influence to get the artisan quarters so we can get those bonuses. It's more industry and more stability, so that'd be pretty helpful for us. I don't know if that's what we want to spend the influence on, because we have so much territory here that we need to integrate to turn into a city or attach to a city. So I don't know if that's how we want to spend the influence. I got to think on that one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching.